Welcome, explorers of the unknown. Today, we are venturing to a place so remote, so extreme, that it has captured the imagination of scientists, adventurers, and conspiracy theorists alike. Antarctica. A land of endless ice and biting winds, it is often described as the final frontier on Earth, a frozen wilderness largely untouched by human hands. Yet beneath its seemingly pristine surface lies a world of mystery that has puzzled and fascinated people for decades. Antarctica is not just the coldest continent, it is a vault of secrets. Some of the most unusual features are the magnetic anomalies buried beneath miles of ice, shifting and bending compasses as if the Earth itself were hiding something. Towering mountain ranges emerge from the snow in strange, pyramid-like shapes, giving rise to rumors of ancient civilizations long buried and forgotten. The idea that this icy land could once have been ruled or at least visited by beings far beyond our imagination fuels endless speculation. One of the most famous figures linked to these mysteries is Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a pioneering explorer who became the first person to fly over Antarctica. In 1946, he led the massive Operation High Jump, a military expedition shrouded in secrecy. While officially it was meant to test equipment and assert presence in the polar regions, some theorists suggest Byrd and his team were searching for something far stranger: lost civilizations, alien technology, or perhaps even evidence of giant humanoids frozen in the ice. Whether you see it as fact, legend, or a spark for your imagination, Antarctica challenges everything we know about the unexplored corners of our planet. From hidden mountain ranges to mysterious anomalies, it is a place where reality and possibility collide. And today, we are diving headfirst into this frozen mystery to see what secrets Antarctica might still be hiding beneath its ice. Admiral Richard E. Byrd was not just an ordinary explorer, he was a legend in his own time. Born with a fearless spirit and a love for the skies, Byrd became the first person to fly over the North Pole, earning him recognition as a pioneer of polar exploration. But it was Antarctica, the vast white continent at the bottom of the world, that would cement his place in history. In 1929, Byrd made his historic flight over the frozen continent, revealing a landscape that few humans had ever seen. His courage and determination made him a national hero, and over time, he organized several expeditions to explore this icy wilderness. By 1946, Byrd was tasked with leading Operation High Jump, one of the largest Antarctic missions in history. Unlike his earlier flights, this expedition was massive: over 4,000 personnel, 13 ships, and a small fleet of aircraft were deployed into the harsh Antarctic environment. Officially, the mission was designed to test cold weather equipment, train troops, and establish America's presence in the region. But the scale of the operation raised questions. Why would the military send such a massive force just to test gear and practice survival skills? Some theorists have speculated that Byrd's mission may have had a far more extraordinary purpose, searching for unknown technologies, lost civilizations, or even evidence of extraterrestrial activity. During the mission, Byrd reportedly sent back warnings of a potential new enemy capable of moving at incredible speed from the polar regions. Whether he meant the Soviet Union or something entirely beyond comprehension, his words added fuel to the fire of mystery surrounding Antarctica. Operation High Jump became a symbol of the unknown, a story that blends heroism, military secrecy, and the tantalizing possibility that beneath the ice, the continent may be hiding secrets humanity is not yet ready to uncover. One of the most enduring legends of Antarctica revolves around the idea that the continent hides the remains of beings far larger than ordinary humans. Stories suggest that Admiral Byrd, during his expeditions, may have encountered evidence of a lost civilization, giants who once walked the icy land. According to rumor, Byrd kept a secret diary, separate from his official records, in which he allegedly described strange discoveries, enormous humanoid skeletons, advanced technology buried beneath the ice, and even in trances to a hollow earth. The diary is said to have vanished, with only vague accounts passed down by relatives or friends. Whether it ever existed remains a mystery, but the allure of hidden knowledge has captured the imagination of conspiracy theorists and writers alike. These tales of frozen giants are complemented by reports of prehistoric remains found by scientists, ranging from massive flying reptiles to giant birds. Imagine stumbling upon a fossilized skeleton protruding from the ice while navigating a blizzard, an eerie reminder of the continent's ancient past. Some legends even speak of the Ningen, a giant humanoid creature with pale skin and enormous eyes, said to haunt remote areas of Antarctica. Though no verified evidence has ever surfaced to support these claims, the stories persist, feeding into humanity's fascination with the unknown. The notion of secret diaries, lost civilizations, and hidden giants transforms Antarctica from a remote icy desert into a place of thrilling possibility. It is a land where science, myth, and imagination collide, leaving us to wonder what truths might remain buried beneath layers of ice. These tales, whether fact or fiction, continue to inspire exploration and storytelling, reminding us that even in the most inhospitable corners of our planet, mysteries endure, waiting for those brave enough to seek them. Among the icy legends of the southern seas, few stories are as haunting as that of the ghost ship Jenny. According to maritime lore, this small schooner vanished in 1823 somewhere in the treacherous waters off the southern tip of South America. For nearly 2 decades, no trace of the ship or its crew was found, until 1840, when a British whaling vessel called the Hope spotted a mysterious ship trapped against a wall of ice in the Drake Passage. As the crew approached, they noticed motionless figures standing on deck, perfectly preserved in the freezing wind. At first, they appeared alive, disciplined sailors awaiting orders, but closer inspection revealed the horrifying truth. The crew had been frozen for years, like statues encased in ice. Captain Brighton of the Hope boarded Jenny and discovered the captain seated at his desk, pen in hand, mid-log entry. The final note read, May 4, 1823. No food for 71 days. I am the only one left alive. Around him lay the bodies of his family and crew, all preserved in death by the relentless Antarctic cold. Some reports say the sailors of the Hope buried Jenny's dead at sea, while others claim the ship was left untouched, a frozen time capsule of tragedy. Though there is no official record of Jenny, and the tale first appeared anonymously in a German geography magazine, its legend endures. Whether real or purely symbolic, the story evokes the terrifying power of the polar oceans and the fragility of life in extreme conditions. The ghost ship represents not only a maritime mystery but also a chilling reminder of human vulnerability against nature's unforgiving forces. In the icy, wind-swept expanses of the southern seas, Jenny stands frozen in our imagination, a haunting testament to the mysteries that still linger at the edges of the known world. What if part of you was not entirely human? Recent studies in genetics have revealed something remarkable: fragments of DNA in the human genome that do not appear to belong to our species. About 8% of our DNA is actually the remnants of ancient viruses, traces left behind from infections that affected our ancestors hundreds of thousands of years ago. These viral sequences, called endogenous retroviruses, have been absorbed into our genetic code and passed down through generations. Some are harmless, even repurposed by our bodies to perform essential biological functions. But others remain mysterious, like echoes from a forgotten past. Even more intriguing, scientists have discovered 19 completely new strands of DNA in human genomes that appear non-human. While some researchers argue these sequences may be evidence of ancient viral activity, others speculate about a wilder possibility, that humanity may carry microscopic traces of extraterrestrial life, embedded in our very biology. Could these sequences be cosmic fingerprints from life forms that influenced our evolution, or were they simply left behind by viruses that no longer exist? The implications are staggering. For thousands of years, humans have searched the stars, wondering if we are alone in the universe. And now, the answer could be hidden inside us. These fragments of DNA serve as a reminder of how interconnected life might be, not just on Earth, but possibly beyond it. Whether these non-human sequences are ancient viral remnants or something stranger, they challenge our understanding of evolution and identity. In a way, every human carries a tiny piece of mystery, a reminder that the story of life is far more complex than we ever imagined, and that the line between the ordinary and the extraordinary may be much thinner than it seems. Long before the great civilizations of Mesopotamia, Egypt, or the Indus Valley, humans were already exploring not just the world around them, but the mysteries within. About 35,000 years ago, deep in a dark cave in Galilee, Judea, prehistoric people gathered for a purpose that went far beyond daily survival. This cave, now called Minot Cave, is believed to be the earliest known site of communal ritual in human history, a place where the first seeds of religion may have been planted. Inside the cave, archaeologists discovered a massive block of dolomite carved to resemble a turtle shell, positioned like an altar at the back of the chamber. Its symbolism remains a mystery, but researchers suggest it may have represented a sacred entity or a mythological figure, something beyond the tangible world that inspired awe and reverence. Nearby, traces of flint tools, butchered animal bones, and the remnants of hearth fires suggest that this was not just a sacred site, but also a lived-in space, a blend of ritual and daily life. Sound may have played a surprising role in these early ceremonies. The cave's natural acoustics amplified voices, transforming simple chants and songs into booming, immersive experiences. Perhaps a prehistoric leader guided the group, using the cave to turn human voices into what felt like the commands of gods. In a side chamber, carefully placed deer antlers hint at symbolic or even sacred practices, suggesting that the first humans assigned spiritual importance to the creatures that shared their world. Minot Cave shows that the drive to understand existence, to connect with forces beyond ourselves, is ancient and universal. Tens of thousands of years before temples, written scriptures, or organized religions, humans were already seeking meaning, creating ritual spaces, and communicating with the unseen. This small chamber in Galilee is more than an archaeological site, it is a window into the origins of spirituality itself, revealing that even our earliest ancestors sought connection, wonder, and reverence in a world they were just beginning to understand. The year 1888 is often remembered for the chilling crimes of Jack the Ripper, but in a remote corner of Java, an entirely different discovery was unfolding, one that would challenge the understanding of human origins for over a century. A Dutch mining engineer named B.D. van Rietschoten uncovered a mysterious human skull, unlike anything previously documented. Driven by the excitement of discovery, he sent it to the paleontologist Eugene Dubois in Europe, who immediately recognized its significance. At first, Dubois believed he had found the legendary missing link between humans and their evolutionary ancestors. He named it WJAC man and considered it a potential subspecies of Homo erectus, a claim that sparked global intrigue. Dubois' fascination did not stop there. In 1890, he returned to Asia and uncovered another skull, further fueling the excitement. Scientists around the world debated its implications, imagining that this was evidence of a previously unknown human species bridging the gap between primitive apes and modern humans. For decades, textbooks and research echoed this narrative, treating WJAC man as a critical clue in the puzzle of human evolution. However, science has a way of revisiting assumptions. In the 20th century, more precise methods revealed that these skulls were not a missing link at all, they were anatomically modern humans. Later, in 2013, advanced dating techniques placed the skulls at roughly 37,000 years old, far older than initially thought, but still fully human. Their robust features, once mistaken for signs of evolutionary novelty, were simply variations among ancient populations of humans in Southeast Asia. The story of WJAC Man serves as a powerful reminder of the evolving nature of science. Discoveries that once seemed groundbreaking can be reinterpreted with new methods, and the excitement of finding something extraordinary must always be balanced with rigorous analysis. What began as the search for a missing link ultimately revealed a more nuanced picture of human diversity, showing that our species' past is rich, complex, and full of surprises waiting to be understood. Iceland is often imagined as a serene land of glaciers, fjords, and quiet Viking history, but beneath its icy surface lies a restless world of fire. On April 1, the Reykjanes Peninsula erupted in a spectacular volcanic display near Grindik, reminding the world that Iceland's reputation for frozen beauty masks a furious heart. The volcano had been dormant for centuries, nearly 800 years, yet it awoke with an intensity that sent rivers of molten lava surging through the icy landscape, transforming the peaceful scenery into a battlefield of fire and frost. Locals and tourists alike were forced to flee, as molten rock threatened homes and infrastructure, proving just how unpredictable nature can be. The eruption was not an isolated incident but part of a larger volcanic awakening in Iceland, marking what geologists call the country's new volcanic era. Scientists have observed that magma tunnels beneath the surface could be far larger than previously estimated, potentially enabling eruptions of even greater scale in the future. The contrast of fire meeting ice created dramatic, almost otherworldly landscapes, as blackened lava carved paths through glacial terrain and steam hissed where molten rock met frozen water. For travelers drawn to the famous Blue Lagoon, the eruption was a stark reminder that Iceland's beauty comes with inherent danger. Beyond the immediate spectacle, these eruptions reveal much about Iceland's geological history. The country sits atop the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a tectonic boundary where the Eurasian and North American plates diverge, creating a perfect storm of volcanic activity. Each eruption provides scientists with a living laboratory to study magma behavior, landscape transformation, and the interaction of fire and ice. But it also raises questions about the future. Can communities coexist with such volatile natural forces? And how will tourism and daily life adapt to this ever-changing environment? Iceland's volcanoes remind us that beneath the calm of ice lies the raw power of the earth, waiting, always, to remind humanity of its place in the natural world. For centuries, historians and archaeologists have marveled at the advanced knowledge of ancient civilizations, and few examples are as striking as the Maya. Their understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and architecture seems astonishingly precise for a people living thousands of years ago, leading some to wonder whether their insights came entirely from human ingenuity or if they had guidance from beyond our world. Ancient astronaut theorists argue that the Maya may have had contact with extraterrestrial visitors, explaining how they could map celestial events, predict eclipses, and construct monumental cities aligned perfectly with the stars. In 2011, the Mexican government announced plans to release documents, artifacts, and newly declassified materials that supposedly supported this idea. These included references to hidden landing sites deep in Central American jungles, ceremonial pads believed to be used by visitors from the skies, and codices containing mysterious symbols that could represent celestial knowledge beyond the comprehension of contemporary humans. While skeptics remain cautious, such claims have ignited imaginations worldwide, suggesting a scenario where humanity's earliest scientists were not alone in their discoveries. Whether these stories are true or not, the Maya undeniably achieved extraordinary feats. Cities like Tikal and Palenque reveal a civilization capable of sophisticated engineering, from massive pyramids to complex water management systems. Their calendars, which could accurately track solar and lunar cycles for centuries, demonstrate a deep understanding of astronomy that rivals modern calculations. Even without extraterrestrial explanations, it is clear that the Maya were keen observers of the natural world, capable of harnessing their knowledge to predict, plan, and thrive. Exploring the possibility of ancient visitors offers a broader lesson, Human history may contain layers still hidden beneath the surface. The Maya remind us that the line between myth, legend, and reality is sometimes thinner than we think. Their accomplishments inspire curiosity, and whether influenced by otherworldly beings or not, the evidence of their genius continues to captivate scholars and adventurers alike, urging us to keep questioning what we know about our past. Long before smartphones, keyboards, or even written language, humans were finding ways to communicate using simple symbols. Deep inside caves across Europe, Indonesia, and even Australia, archaeologists have uncovered a network of mysterious marks etched alongside traditional cave art. At first glance, these dots, lines, and geometric shapes may seem like idle doodles, but to researchers like Genevieve von Pettinger, they represent something far more profound, the earliest form of symbolic communication. Beginning in 2007, Genevieve, a paleoanthropologist and full-time cave explorer, embarked on a mission to catalog every symbol she could find in Ice Age caves. Traveling through France, Spain, Portugal, and Sicily, she discovered patterns that had never been recorded before. Across 75% of the caves she studied, she found 32 recurring symbols, appearing consistently over tens of thousands of years. This suggested a shared system of meaning, a kind of prehistoric language that predated formal writing by millennia. These symbols were not isolated to Europe either. Similar marks appeared in North America, Indonesia, and Australia, hinting at a global understanding shared by humans long before modern civilizations emerged. Some researchers now speculate that these markings were part of a universal code, a way to transmit knowledge, stories, or warnings across generations. It is possible that before words existed, humans relied on these visual cues to navigate the world, record experiences, or even connect spiritually. The discovery of these prehistoric emojis challenges our assumptions about the origins of communication. They remind us that humans have always sought creative ways to express ideas and emotions, no matter the tools available. In essence, these ancient symbols were humanity's first attempt at leaving a permanent mark, a message to the future, proving that our desire to share, record, and connect is older than any civilization, older than writing itself, and still echoes in every text, symbol, and icon we use today. Hidden deep in the remote wilderness of southern Siberia, where wildlife far outnumbers humans, lies a mystery that has baffled archaeologists for decades. The Gornaya Shoria megaliths. Rising from the Shoria Mountains, these colossal granite blocks, some weighing up to 3,000 tons, are stacked with astonishing precision, forming walls over 140 feet high with perfectly angled joints. The craftsmanship is so precise that it rivals the most famous ancient structures, like Machu Picchu or the Great Pyramid of Giza. First documented during the 2013 survey led by Georgy Sidorov, these megaliths challenge conventional ideas about human capabilities in the distant past. Granite is an incredibly hard material, requiring immense power and sophisticated tools to cut and shape. While some geologists in the 1990s argued erosion could explain the formations, the symmetry, flat surfaces, and geometric perfection suggest deliberate construction. Alternative historians propose that Gornaya Shoria may be the work of an advanced, lost civilization, predating anything known in recorded history. Even more intriguing, signs of catastrophic events appear around the site. Some blocks show evidence of scorching, shattered stones, and fragments thrown hundreds of feet, hinting at a powerful disaster, possibly volcanic, seismic, or even technological in nature. Certain stones exhibit negative magnetism, causing compasses to spin erratically, adding another layer of mystery. Inside the complex, a narrow shaft plunges over 130 feet into a massive hall with stone columns fitted like precision-engineered architecture. Could this have been a temple, a power station, or even a storage site for unknown ancient technology? Despite the extraordinary significance of Gornaya Shoria, it remains largely unknown outside specialized circles. Limited funding for Russian archaeological research and the inaccessibility of the terrain have left the site underexplored. Some theorists even suggest world powers may prefer such discoveries to stay hidden, fearing the implications of an advanced global civilization lost to time. Whether natural or man-made, Gornaya Shoria is a testament to the enigma of our ancient world, a reminder that Earth may still harbor secrets that challenge our understanding of history, technology, and human achievement. On January 24, 1978, northern Canada became the stage for a high-stakes Cold War disaster when the Soviet satellite Cosmos 954 fell from orbit, carrying a nuclear reactor capable of spreading catastrophic radiation. Cosmos 954 was part of the Soviet Rorsat program, a series of ocean reconnaissance satellites powered by radar and equipped with these 5 nuclear engines fueled by uranium-235. Designed to circle the Earth like a silent observer, the satellite's mission was surveillance, tracking naval activity across oceans. Yet, satellites of this type had a notorious tendency to malfunction and fall, and Cosmos 954 was no exception. After launching successfully in September 1977, Cosmos 954 gradually lost control, drifting off course. Attempts to eject the nuclear core into space, a standard safety measure, failed. When the satellite re-entered Earth's atmosphere, it crashed into the frozen wilderness of northwestern Canada, scattering radioactive debris over a 600-square-mile area from Great Slave Lake to Baker Lake. The fallout created a dangerous situation for both people and the environment, prompting an urgent international response. Canada, with assistance from the United States, launched Operation Morning Light, the largest Arctic cleanup mission of its kind. Teams combed 48,000 square miles by land and air, recovering fragments of the satellite, including 10 radioactive pieces. Despite their efforts, less than 1% of the uranium-235 fuel was retrieved, leaving the rest buried under snow and ice. The environmental impact remained uncertain, but the incident highlighted the risks of nuclear-powered satellites and the dangers posed by technology in orbit. Financially, the Soviet Union was held responsible under the 1972 Space Liability Convention. Canada billed the USSR $6 million Canadian dollars, and after negotiations, the Soviets paid roughly half. Beyond the numbers, the incident demonstrated how geopolitical rivalries extended even into space, turning scientific achievements into potential hazards. Cosmos 954 remains a stark reminder of humanity's reach into the cosmos and the unforeseen consequences when advanced technology falls back to Earth, blending the realms of exploration, espionage, and disaster. As we reach the end of our journey through some of the most mysterious and astonishing discoveries on Earth, it is incredible to see just how much remains hidden, waiting to be uncovered. From the icy expanses of Antarctica, where legends of giants and lost civilizations spark the imagination, to the volcanic fury of Iceland and the floating megaliths of Japan, the planet is full of surprises that challenge what we think we know. Ancient skulls, prehistoric bird fossils, enigmatic cave symbols, and massive stone structures all remind us that human history and even the story of life itself is far richer and stranger than textbooks can capture. These mysteries invite us to remain curious, to question, and to explore, even if the answers are not immediately clear. They show the interplay between nature, human ingenuity, and perhaps forces beyond our understanding. Whether it is the delicate bones of a bird that lived alongside dinosaurs, the precise stonework of Gornaya Shoria, or the ancient night skies mapped by early Armenians, each discovery connects us with our past and hints at secrets yet to be revealed. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey across time, space, and the unknown. Remember, the world is full of wonders waiting just beneath the surface, sometimes frozen in ice, sometimes carved into stone, and sometimes hidden in the very code of our DNA. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I look forward to sharing more incredible stories with you next time. Until then, take care and keep wondering about the mysteries that surround us every day.